The American king has returned, bigger and better, and more dangerous than ever, introducing the updated F-22 Raptor. First fifth-generation fighter in the world, the first member of the sixth-generation combatant II containing a range of technologies. China is the only country with access to it. Not even the United States allies and Russia-American Union. Hello, everyone. What's going on? Welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Raptors have always been too unique. Being shared, and with the upgraded fighter in the program for 6th generation GAT, it just became even more unique. The future air dominance, or the United States, ranks 6th in GAD program for generation, charged with fostering the next generation of families, various mechanisms that will guarantee air supremacy of the United States in many difficult operational conditions. The scheme entails the creation of weaponry and companion unmanned aircraft that are linked through premium a program's networking architecture, an extremely flexible manned fighter with significantly increased range and survival, the most sophisticated modular sensor, etc. Capabilities. The fighter's profile includes a remarkable likeness to what might be looking for a combatant that the world already has known and have grown to fear, the F-22 roof. The Raptor was consequently brought into NGAD program to not only support the creation, testing, and assessment of the innovations that would be classified as 6th generation fighter, but also hold onto those technologies so as to, well, this is obviously seen in the budget for the 2023 fiscal year. The superior technology of the F-22. The development, or ATD program, explains the F-22 is being utilized as a to assist in the birth of the technology from the 6th generation. The report emphasizes that the ATD program is carried out employing a quick acquisition strategy that makes use of commercially sound techniques like agile use lean to create, test, and deploy various software and hardware programs in the necessary time frames, whilst additionally increasing effectiveness through the use of transfer of technologies to the NGAD portfolio, and based on emerging markets, military priorities, and dangerous capacity of the development pipeline, obliquely defending that by referencing the F-22 as the costs of testbed development saved. And is the NGAD program still relevant? Proved to be more expensive than practical. This would only be a slight setback since A would have already been created. Somewhat capable of 6 generations of Raptors, even the next generation of tearing opponents to pieces with a variety of current and future technologies. What are these innovations? With 14 probable F-22 airborne upgrades, efforts are being made by force to secure the new a more advanced Raptor would provide nightmares for unstoppable forces. Friends of the US precisely, and even the less significant of these improvements are a lot of fun, from the capability of manned-unmanned teaming to incorporating the Thales Scorpion helmet-mounted screen. The 4 principal highlights have stood out from the others, as we'll look at now. The first of the current 3 exotic metallic-looking finishes installed on an F-22. The Raptor was caught in the photographer's lens. Santos Caceres, an aircraft photographer, as the jet took off from Nellis Air Force Nevada base in the morning of the aircraft, is visible on November 19, 2021, coated with a reflective material that is not typical of a Raptor. Before this coating and similar ones are gently applied so as not to obstruct the jet's numerous critical entry locations and vital systems, and they must perform as choose between the two, or just one. The F-22 must first be made smaller. Specifically, infrared signature spectrum. The jet's already shrinking radar signatures are notoriously tiny, and creating the first stealth fighter in history far more elusive. The second is an idea that was inspired by seeing a comparable highly reflective on the unusual airframe's coating. Son of Ares scaled composites. Model 401 demonstration participants who had flown several testing of Naval Air Defense's California's China Lake in the middle. The coating was proposed as a during-the-time tool for advanced infrared testing sensors produced by the Air Force. It is evident that a massive amount of IR search was still being tested. Track or IRST Systems. This year, on April 27th, General Mark Kelly, commander of the United States Air Force, Air Combat Command, published a fascinating 3 F-22s are depicted in this artwork. Raptors are evident on his Instagram profile, indicating some of the strategy's success improvements made to the jet. The three Raptors in this work of art are equipped under their faceted pods similar to the low visible in their wings pods observed beneath an F-22's wings earlier this year. A test jet. It's hard to predict with certainty what the current duties of these pods are. No official announcement has been made. However, the Air Force's initial operations indicating that these are the first pods. IRT sensors provide you the option to passively track both sneaky and unstealthy aircraft flying at distances away while being totally unaffected by electronic conflict. The use of electronic warfare has increased, become what most people only imagine. Innovative Air Force capabilities having been eagerly anticipated by the Raptor. The Air Force has alleged over time mountains spanned continents, oceans, and to a first pod in the metaverse that would address the inadequate internal first Raptor real estate to home systems and the substantial embedding costs them. Even if there was sufficient room in the building a football stadium with a jet. Return to Mark Kelly's post on the General. The three F-22s were also on Instagram, equipped with distinctive fuel tanks and a new tank configuration known as the long tank LDTP, or a drag tank and pylon, because LDTP is essential to the Air Force, so much so that it plays a part in too many programs running concurrently. Engineering manufacturing is that, and program development, or EMD ATD key thrust program of NGAD. The LDTP arrangement provides a remedy, addressing one of the Raptor's primary flaws. The fighter's range would frequently be destined to halt, deteriorating stealth during mission execution. External tanks above the Pacific Ocean at tremendous altitudes. China, for example, has been some concern for the United States. The LDTB is more covert and more effective at reducing drag than the 600-gallon fuel tanks from the original F-22. Offers decreased drag and enhanced, more reliable, sustained supersonic flight range. And finally, makes sure the Raptor can be deadly each time it operates up in the air. Moreover, the pylons in the LDTP can be expelled while in flight, fitted with a pneumatic smart rack technology to precisely regulate performance during ejection and a smooth for even less track. A windy surface. The arguably most intriguing finding. Mark Kelly's Instagram post in general is represented as having fired a missile, one of the three F-22s, a missile that has never been seen before the U.S. inventory. Multiple missile programs exist ongoing, making it unclear which of here they are being depicted, although it most likely the 260 long-range AIM Advanced Tactical Joint Missile. The shape of this missile allows it to fit in the similar broad area as the F-22, can accommodate compatible AIM-120 ammo, and is anticipated to serve as early the following year, about that time as the incoming F-22s. Potentially 260 is a beyond visual range for the goal. Developed as an air-to-air missile in reaction to the long-range precision potential developers of missiles competitors like China's PL-15 in 2019, the AIM-260 was initially unveiled 2 years after the start of its development, and it's anticipated to replace the objective having 120 missiles as it becomes standard FA-18EF air-to-air missile. The F-35 Lightning II Super Hornet. Likewise, the F-22 Raptor. The Raptor's capacity to field a at least 2 decades older weapon than it demonstrates how dynamic the Raptors can be, and this can be preserved. Dynamic nature is probably one of the F-22s are not exportable. However, it isn't the only factor. There is more. Includes discussions about the 6th generation rising number of fighters. It's simple forgetting how groundbreaking the 5th generational combatants. Additionally, leading this revolution was a fresh F-22 Raptor, a combatant so strong that had to at the time should be given its own category. Literally, a combatant who used a combination silent, stealthy, secret power, communication, speed, agility, knowledge of the circumstance, and equipment, that thereby making it the undisputed monarch of air dominance. Additionally, for the jet to keep this, America has maintained its dominance for this long. Government was required to enact a federal law, which endures today, preventing the sale of the F-22 or ship to any country, regardless of whether it was a move for a friend or enemy. The F-22 might have been clearly observed by Made. It has since been imitated, yet it still stands as the opponent to defeat going forward, given that it is evidence of that not using the more modern F-35 create the newest air technology, the American Air Force's superiority fighter, so that two probably won't ever be export when it gets closer to going to put an end to the fighter who created it. A combatant who changed both commercial and military aviation together. What is visible today, a combatant who demonstrated that you could practically invisible to radars while traveling more quickly than the sound speed. The F-22 Raptor is a good fighter. A sport that is growing in more ways than one. Successor to issue its concluding remarks as it stops. But also that you ought to join this video and subscribe to this channel. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.